Hello, Leos. This is your singles love reading for 17. I'm going to forewarn you that my cat is a little bit crazy right now. So if you hear meowing and random running, that's it. And you understand because you're the cat. You're like the biggest cat of all. Alright, so this is definitely about love. A lot of the other signs are not getting love readings in their singles love, or they're getting couple readings. So the first is the first week of which, sorry I'm a little late. This is a different spread and I wanted to try it. Second week, third week, fourth week. A couple popped out, so I clarified them where I could. At the bottom of the deck that I used for the spread, bottom of the clarifying deck, and then I have some Romance Angel Oracles that I can pull if I need to. Alright, let's get started. First thing I noticed, when I looked at the bottom, you got lovers in reverse, and you've been getting that. Talking about that false love, okay? It's amazing how the readings keep piling on top of each other in sequential order. You also got your own card in reverse. I think that's happened to you before. Sorry, Leos. Alright, so the first week of we have Five of Cups. Nobody likes him. Okay. Talks about loneliness, especially when you have the Hermit, which is actually the fourth week. Anytime they're in the reading together, doesn't matter where, feeling very lonely. We have a Three of Wands. Yeah, here it is. This says, you've turned your back on somebody or they turn their back on you. And it can go either way based on this reading. Because this is like they turn their back, they turn their back. Because here, yeah, their back's turned, you're looking out into the future, but here, their back's turned, and there is no future. But with these going together, this emotional sadness and depression, it's like a setback that's going to inspire progress. Okay, whether that's for you or somebody you may have recently or in the future are going to dismiss from your life. A lot going on with this Five of Cups. All right, not five, it's four. All right, well, clarifying the Five of Cups, we have Nine of Swords, and it's upright. So, nobody likes to see that. That's the woman who has her hands covering her face, or her face are in her hands. She has 9 swords behind her. Sometimes this could be about shame. It could also be about taking shelter. Sometimes it's about, regrets, just waking up, knowing you're actually still in a nightmare. From what it's from, that's up to you. You may feel shame or regret for hurting somebody. You could also feel like you need some shelter because somebody hurt you, especially when these go together. Oh, I wish I had the card to show you. But here, he's hiding his face. One thing, he can't see clearly. And two, it's just like he's ashamed. I see in the first week of you may let somebody go. It could be that false love we talked about. Because again, the lovers are in reverse. That's somebody who's a false love. Then again, it could also be somebody who's just cruel to others and those who love them. So you let them go and they take it very, very hard, like more than you expected. And you're up at night feeling so guilty and ashamed that you knew it just wasn't right for you. Or you want to let them go, but you're feeling bad about it and you haven't done it yet. Because lovers in reverse over here could also be indecision, okay? Not making that choice that you need to make, or you feel like maybe you made a bad choice. Could be you made a bad choice in getting with this person. And so that's why the union's in reverse. You got out because it was a bad choice. Also, if they got out with you, or even if you broke up with them, no matter who broke up with who, you could still be sad and depressed. Because this is also depression. But somebody took it really hard, or they will if it hasn't happened yet. This is singles love reading, so I'm assuming it's happening this week because it's in the first week of. Yeah, I'm basically just being very lonely, isolated, having anxiety. When I see the Hermit with the Nine of Swords, I see loneliness, but I also see isolation and anxiety. It says, you're confronting your responsibility. Like you took on the responsibility of taking that choice, and you realized it was a bad choice to be with this person, and you ended it. Or they ended it with you, and then you started realizing it's a bad choice anyway. But that doesn't mean you're not disappointed, okay? These 3 cups are knocked over. So when I see 3 cups, that reminds me of engagement with groups of people, with friends, celebrations, and those are knocked down. So right now you're kind of hiding, or they're hiding, and they're not engaging in relationships with people, whether friends or not. They're just not getting together with people. So you could feel bad with that Nine of Swords that they're kind of become a hermit, because we do have that hermit. Or that could be you, whether you're ashamed or depressed. You could just kind of have isolated yourself. Remember, there's 2 cups remaining. So this gives me hope that you're going to have a new love interest, because 2 of Cups is the union of 2 people coming together. Also, it could be a truce with an enemy. So if you did really hurt somebody, or they hurt you, you could have a truce. Meaning you might forgive and forget, but at least, you have some kind of truce where we can be civil to each other, especially if you have a child. I'll just say that we have the 4 of Cups twice in your reading, and we have the Page of Pentacles, and we also have a Page of Cups. There's a lot of pages in here, and that tells me about childishness. Not necessarily for the relationship. It could be someone who hasn't grown up yet, and I do see that a little bit in the reading. But as a special education teacher, I automatically see someone has a child with autism or just learning difficulties. So they're kind of in their own little world. They don't see the offer being made. Let's go to the 4 of Cups. That's just something that could be for some of you. You have possibly a son, or 2 sons, because we have 4 of Cups twice, with autism, or maybe the person you were in a relationship with had autism or a learning disability, and they weren't able to work, because I see, with 4 of Cups and King of Wands in reverse, I see somebody who's not pulling their weight as far as getting a job. Also a man who allows himself to have tantrums. So again, the man, this is supposed to be a man, it could be any gender, but I'm just going by the genders I see. It's a man who allows himself to have tantrums. So again, the man could be childish. It also says, don't break things when you're mad. Somebody gets easily mad. And a man who's bankrupt. Also, just saw that 9 of Swords. We have the Page of Cups over here. Talks about somebody has a gloomy personality right now. It's you or the other person or both. Okay, so back to 4 of Cups. This is the second week of... Sometimes this is don't let on or don't take an offer. Sometimes, again, you're looking at this group that hasn't fallen over and you're not seeing the other one. So yeah, for a while, you or someone else isn't joining the group. A new love offer probably comes in, but you can't see it just yet. And that's what's hinted in with these 2 of Cups upright and the 5 of Cups. But you don't see it. You're just focused on trying to get back into the groove, getting the swing of things, getting with people. Also, if somebody doesn't take an offer or they don't admit to something, it's like their inhibition leads to indecision. You can't make a decision. With the Hermit in the second week for the 4 of Cups, the Hermit clarifies the second week, saying that you're probably not being honest with yourself. There's some facts going on that you aren't believing them. You're not seeing the truth. And again, we do have people with their eyes covered in the first week or so. It could just be you hiding your eyes because you're depressed. So you're not broke up with them yet, but it's impending, or that was already in the past, and that's just leftover residual feelings that first week. This, you're just refusing to see, denying the truth. Could be that somebody's non-monogamous, like you're offering love, or they're offering love, and they have all these other people they can be with. Because you know what 3 of Cups can mean too, right? So somebody's non-monogamous, I can see that. And just not playing it safe right now. So, I would be a little careful about sexually transmitted diseases. If somebody's not playing safe, and they're playing with everybody, be careful. This also emphatically states that is not true. Okay? So, whatever that's about, It also says that that he won't admit to something, and you're aware that he's denying something. So he could have been a cheater who's also not wanting to get a job and not paying his way, and he's bankrupt. And it could be because he has a learning disability, it's hard for him to get a job. But either way, he's still non-monogamous, and it doesn't seem like it's working out. And you may have investigated with the Hermit, but he's in reverse, so it probably revealed nothing. There's something there, you just didn't see it. And here, we have concealment. So something was concealed. They were probably very, very cautious. Or it could just be refusing to investigate. Being very unrealistic about what the truth is. He's like, nope. I see that cup there. I'm just not even going to pay attention to it. Okay. One of you is that person. One of you is the one who doesn't see it. And one of you is the one who's saying, I'm not even going to investigate. So, I mean, you could just feel left out. Like you see that this person is with these other people and you feel left out because they're not accepting your offer. You're contemplating. I see a lot of meditation or introspection, which goes along with the hermit. You're probably meditating on this non-monogamous, or just getting back into being with people again. Also says somebody needs your help, but you don't see it till it's too late. Mainly I see this as love offer not being seen yet. Or it could be not seeing a love offer for what it really is. And you may just be really reserved about this and trying not to be emotionally attached. Clarifying that is King of Wands in reverse. Just thinking about the Hermit with the King of Wands. They're both reversed. So that tells me you're looking for a man who isn't afraid to get his hands dirty. Because this is like a man, well, this is a man who works with tools, works with his hands, very passionate, like a blue collar. Here he's not. And here you're looking for him, but you're just not finding him. Like you want that, well, I'm from the South. So you want that good old-fashioned gentleman. The one who will work hard, get dirty, come home, take a shower, and woo you and sweep you off your feet. He's going to help pay the bills, and he's going to take care of you and your kids, and he's just going to be an all-around good guy. But this could also mean like a craftsman, somebody who's like maybe a carpenter. So look for construction work or carpenter. That's what you're looking for, but this person that you were just with or the one that you're thinking of getting with maybe doesn't have a job at all, and you really want somebody who's doing an honest day's work, and you want somebody who works for a living, you know? So maybe you get an offer of help from a construction person. Because I see these two together like that. That could be what the Page of Cups is about, an offer of helping out from someone. Also, with King of Wands in reverse, he's somebody who's arrogant. He's not settling down. Because remember, non-monogamous, he's not settling down. That's clarifying that. If you want true love and devotion, you're not getting it from him. Like, this is a married guy. This is a guy who's like not never getting married ever. This is somebody who wants their freedom. They may be in international business with the Three of Wands. Okay. So if they're in our international business, they're not really what you're looking for if they do have a job. Some of this I'm saying they don't have one. You want a blue collar type of man. You don't want the international business suit and tie guy. I'm sorry, this reading seems to really appeal to the ladies. Sorry about that. You want somebody who has a drive that's attractive. Like nothing's going to get in their way. They're going to get it done. Maybe not in an arrogant way, but just somebody who's powerful and passionate. They have a good ambition and drive. You know, ladies like that ambition. Just saying. It's very sexy. Okay, moving on to the third week, we have Page of Pentacles in reverse. And clarifying it is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So this tells me you're not considering some choices. Here, this is like reflection, assessment, getting wisdom, figuring out people's motives. Oh, it's also investigating. Ooh, we just told that we're refusing to investigate with the Four of Cups and the Hermit. Ooh. So I almost didn't even need to read this last week because it talks about not investigating. Like, not doing it. It's just not true. I'm not going to see things for what they really are. Okay, Leos. You know there's a false love, okay? Just saying. Make some good decisions here. Yeah, so not investigating because this is investigation in reverse. So not only are you not focusing on it, you're just not even going to investigate. We have two non-investigation cards. Not even focusing on it, or you're not seeing it. Also, this could be you're not looking at the fact that it's a bad investment. It's going nowhere. It's not growing, it's stagnant. So yeah, we have this indecision as well. There's no period of introspection or solitude. So this could be you're coming out of some kind of meditation or solitude, because it looks like you went into it a little bit with the Four of Cups, but not necessarily. That could just mean wanting somebody who works hard for a living. Also somebody who will be monogamous with you. And you're saying, nope, I'm not taking you because you don't know how to be faithful to one person. Also, you could just be, you're not making a decision because you're afraid of failure. It says, you'll lose the opportunity, but it's your choice. And the opportunity doesn't seem that great, Leos, okay? Again, when you have anxiety, it says you need to confront it head on, just like the Nine of Swords. So you confronted something head on, and then something happens. I'm not sure what it is that happens. But again, you're just not investigating. Yeah. Okay. Fourth week, let's just go ahead and talk about it. Hermit and Four of Cups. So refusing to investigate, not seeing something, not even thinking about looking it up and seeing what's going on. Over here with the Three of Wands, because they happen to be next to each other. That's just because I put them there, though. I didn't think about that. Four of Cups and Three of Wands says you want more recognition or more reward. And you notice how this guy has his back turned, right? So either you want somebody to stop turning their back on you, or they want you to stop turning your back on them. And that's what I see here. See, also, when you look at the picture of the Four of Cups, his back's a little turned to the cup that's being offered, but it's like sideways a little bit. Just not seeing it. Okay, so you want more recognition, you want more attention. I'm surprised we didn't get the Six of Pentacles on here. Also refusing to see that someone's not good or right for you. And then we have Lovers in reverse, you guys. I told you, beware of false love, because once you get rid of them, true love will come in. So if I were you, I'd be jumping the gun to break up with whoever comes next, or refusing the offer from whoever comes next, because yeah, I'm getting a soulmate, guys. Let's go. But I can only tell you so much. Let's talk about the lovers then. Lovers with the Hermit here. Yeah. Okay, with the Hermit, we have being estranged from someone. This is in your fourth week, but he's in reverse. So this makes me think that if you were estranged, like at the beginning of the month, you may make a bad choice and you may let them come back. Because here, this is being estranged, so going off. And perhaps it was like this, like, it was a great choice. Yay, good decision. It's like this. Like, oh, made a bad choice. You're letting them come back. Either way, there's some estrangement with a person. Okay, with a past lover. So also talks about not reflecting. Indecision, not reflecting. Being separated, being disconnected. Also, a person unable to commit. And they probably hide it. Just somebody has very unbalanced behavior. This is a cruel person, remember. Somebody who's cruel to those who love them. With the Strength card, which is yours, it's in reverse. So, all this great energy here. Talks about short-term love that's weak. Then, with the Three of Wands, remember, these three cards popped up, okay? With Three of Wands in reverse and the Lovers in reverse, it says not moving forward in a relationship. So, good. Like here, we have a future, here we don't. So that's a good thing. And then again, with Five of Cups, somebody took the breakup hard. It's probably your lover. Again, this is like the overall energy to me, aside from the Four of Cups, which showed up twice. So I just really watched that. Again, here I see indecisions. There's indecision, stagnation, not willing to see something, like purposely not looking at the facts, despite them being, not your lover. And just because I pulled up the Lover's card, another card came up, so I have to look at it. Two of Pentacles. So it says, you're trying to juggle two choices, you're trying to make a decision, but you're having to keep up with it almost. Also talks about a relationship that has a definite end. Maybe a little confused, your heart be confused. This is just, take time, not to be indecisive, but take time to just think about things. This says nurture your relationship. And we have another card, Queen of Pentacles, that says, in reverse, says you need to leave a non-nurturing relationship to get one that is nurturing. So you may be trying to nurture a bad relationship. This says you need to leave it and find one that is. Then you guys can be more balanced. Because this is a good card. So this is what you're looking for. This is what you're getting. This is you, by the way. I hadn't talked about that card yet, so let me talk about it. Just trying to think if there's anything about those Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it talks about having a connection with somebody, being very happy. There's a cat. Yeah. You're going to be seeking harmony with somebody. And the harmony you're looking for is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So Queen of Pentacles reversed is saying you wish you had screened this person like more shrewdly. Like I should have set up a screening with an interview and everything, because I got the Lovers reversed. You know, this is crazy. I got a man who won't work. I got a man who might be bankrupt, a man who won't accept a kid, all kinds of stuff. And it says you have the potential to get all you want, but you can't neglect or not investigate a partner who's lazy. Okay, so that's why I think they're not working. Also says you have to get rid of a non-nurturing relationship. And you're starting to be mistrustful. It's starting a cycle with you not trusting somebody. Because remember, they're non-monogamous. You don't know it yet. You know it, but they won't admit it, so you can't really make a decision. But you can make a decision. That's just what you think. And it says you need to get out of the mistrustful cycle because it's not healthy. Find a relationship that nurtures you, because that's what you really want. You don't want a relationship that takes your strength away to where you're unbalanced. And it says you know what to do. You know what to do so you can be yourself again. Like I see this as Leo depressed and not themselves. Here. So you know what to do. Last card. Page of Cups. So I see one, it talks about your relationship with this person being very childish and full of tantrums. Again, you know, we had with the Four of Cups that a man allows himself to throw tantrums. Okay. But this also talks about a new love offer coming in. Good news. It could be about family or love. Maybe find out a family member's getting married or giving birth. I don't see that in the rest of the cards. But this is just good news about love, possibly for you guys, since it's love's singles love. It talks about a new beginning. You might be asked out. Just overall positive surprises. And it's not going to be somebody who is just sucking up all your energy and all your money, okay? You're going to be very tender, very romantic and sweet. And just as, you know, you're going to start seeing love with the new eyes. Like you've never been treated this way before. You've been treated, you know, like the King of Wands in reverse. And you've just never known love like this before. That's great. They could take in your kid if, you know, that's what you wanted. And this man is very responsible. So he's going to have a job. He's going to be a blue-collar worker like you want. He's going to want that person who has an honest day's work. Yeah, that's what I see for that. Now let's pull a Romance Angel Oracle card. Okay, I got one in reverse. Let's see what it clarifies. Yeah, again, this person's not your soulmate. Oh goodness, Leos. We got this before. So again, we have two not your soulmate cards. So do the investigation if you want, but you don't even have to do the investigation. You can just get out. You're not stuck. Don't express your love to this person. Don't do it. They're not your true love. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, we got an upright card. Let's see what it is. Forgive and learn. You have to let go of the past in order to move on. So whether they break up with you or you break up with them and you feel bad about it, just move on. Love yourself. Yep. Man, Leos, you got a really good reading, clear cut. Allow your passion to soar. Yep. This is going to be a passionate love offer too with the Page of Cups. You can be flirty. Now it's a reverse. Let's see what it is. Okay. That's separating. So you may be reuniting with someone, not the one who's not your true love. So when that love offer comes in for true love, your true love is possibly, for some of you, someone from the past. I also see something else for this, but let me do this other part first. Okay, so this love offer coming in that talks about new beginnings. There'd be a reunion with someone from the past. These are the only two cards I see about that, aside from the Hermit. You let somebody come back, but not your false love. It's maybe somebody else is coming back in that 4th week. Or at least you have hints of it. The other thing is, maybe in the month of because you're not investigating, you still have not decided to separate. Okay. Don't do it, Leos. Don't do it. Yeah, this false love, don't give it a chance. You may be pining for somebody or they be pining for you. But if it's your false love, you just can't do it. Yeah, you're mistrusting just like the Queen of Pentacles. if you can't trust somebody, how could you have a life with them? Yeah, not having a heart-to-heart conversation. I can see that. Maybe every time you try to bring up the topic, they throw a tantrum because they're guilty of something. I say don't even have a heart-to-heart. Just, break up with them and be done with it. And there's no chemistry in this relationship, so I'm not sure why you're fighting so hard. An upright card. Oh, yeah, reconciliation. Okay, so not with your false love. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you, your true love is somebody you're going to reconcile with. So we have 3 reconciliation cards now. It's over here. I'm trying to get it out. Okay, so no separation or just reunion. The Hermit in reverse. Somebody's coming out, somebody's coming back. And they probably had some introspection, like somebody from your past. They really had some introspection about things. And now they're coming out to apply what they've learned. And this says returning to strength. So again, you too, you're going to be strength. You're going to return to strength. And then once you do that, they'll both be upright. You'll be wiser too. Wiser and stronger. Because you can be too focused on the truth. It says just let it go. You don't necessarily don't even have to investigate. You can just let it go. But with the Lovers in reverse, this definitely says break up. But sometimes with the Lover in reverse, like we had earlier, it can talk about, with the Hermit, Lovers in reverse and Hermit, they talk about a reunion because they're both in reverse. Okay, so we have 5 reunion cards. Dang, Leos, I didn't even see that till the last minute. But I don't see anything happening like that until at least the 4th week of March. So by the end of, if you haven't broken up with somebody yet, I would say yes, and then go back to somebody else who you think might be your true love. All right, guys, let's see. There's one more in reverse. Okay, so it's not going to happen very soon. Either you're not going to leave this false love very soon, or that love offer's coming, but it's just not very soon. Maybe it's not the end of it. Maybe that you're just hoping for it at the end of it, but it's not soon. Or, again, you can't decide something very soon. This says clearly decide what it is you want so you can attract it. All right, let's get some action steps real quick. Things you can do to visualize and call in your soulmate. That's too much, guys. Sorry. That's too much, too. I got Wheel of Fortune in reverse and 6 of Pentacles in reverse, which tells me you're not getting the attention you want and you're having a bad turn of luck. Okay, you're not getting as much as you're giving. And the guy also tells the guy doesn't have any money, so he can't be generous. He doesn't have anything to give. And also with 6 of Pentacles in reverse, it's like an illusion. Some of you may be writing a book, okay? Because with the Hermit and one other card, plus with the 6 of Pentacles, it talks about writing a book or a manuscript. Okay. I just throw that in there because I saw 3 cards that had to do with that. Action steps or advice for Leo, singles love in the month of March. First week, Queen of Cups. All right, so keep your emotions in check. Also, this says, make up mind or made up mind. So yeah, this first week you broke up with somebody, you made up your mind. They try to come back and give you a love offer. You're like, no, I'm not even seeing it. You're polyamorous. I'm not dealing with you. You can't commit to me. You're listening to your inner voice. You're listening to your inner intuition. I'm not sure what else not investigating things about. Maybe you're just deciding you're not willing to investigate because you don't even care. You know they're not right for you. It's good. But it also says, you're admired. And you're letting your emotions free. Okay. You're being calm and intuitive and compassionate. Very practically romantic. Ooh, 8 of Cups. Okay. So that relationship wasn't satisfying you. But you're being very calm and rational about it. And then with 8 of Cups, you can go on a journey to find true love. I think we talked about that before. When I see 8 of Cups, you're going out, you're leaving someone behind, and you're seeking fulfillment. And it's covering not accepting this love offer with the King of Wands, because remember, he can't commit. He's non-monogamous. All right, so 8 of Cups with the other cups. Like here, it could be somebody who's trying to manipulate you emotionally. Remember, they can be kind of cruel. You're just weary, and we have 2 weary cards here. It was really hard for you to leave, and you feel regret about it, definitely. But by the 2nd week, you actually do leave. You made up your mind, you contemplated it, and then somehow between the 1st and 2nd, somewhere in there, you break up with someone. Or just could talk about, you lost love. Either way, it's not very fun. Sorry, guys. And, if it's not you, either you're rejecting someone or they're rejecting you. But either way it goes, you're leaving a relationship. And it says the parting is at a good time. So maybe this person didn't want to separate, okay? But you knew it was for the best. And I think you're going to reconcile with someone else, not the same person. And it says also you're leaving the illusions that you had. Okay, so that's your next action step is you have to leave, okay? Ooh, Hierophant. I was just thinking with the 8 of Cups and the Hierophant, I see you're seeking to belong to a community. You're seeking marriage, like true love. Okay, think about the Hierophant for a second, especially with the Page of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, you want to join a group. You want to be inspired. And you want to be certain. Okay, like there's a lot of uncertainty here, but here we have certainty. You want to conform to something. All right, let's put that Hermit back over here. And you could be seeking something religiously, like spirituality. Like that's what you're looking for. You find it. And then you do a lot of introspection with meditation or yoga or something. And then you come out of it at the end of the 4th week. I mean, for a month, for you to go through all that in 1 month is kind of ridiculous. But hey, maybe some people complete cycles better than other people. The last action step, 9 of Wands. So you're building up walls around yourself to not let someone in. Almost like you're awaiting an enemy. You're waiting for somebody to come back. If it is this false love coming back, you can't get back with them. But you can just be, like saying, hey, I'm looking out for this blue collar person. I'm looking out for somebody who does an honest day's work. Just thinking, this person who doesn't work for a living, they could be a criminal. They could be stealing. You don't want anything to do with it. You could be waiting for somebody, and then it may be that love offer that you don't necessarily know if they're coming back, but I see that they are. See, there's one more thing. 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so this talks about a union, moving in with a partner, getting self-esteem from a job. Oh, also talking about, joining a group. So you want to join a group or a marriage or some kind of a union. I think it's funny when I covered it up, now I see the 2 of Cups down here. So it's again joining and having a truce with your enemy. I also see you're going for it. You're not going to do anything mediocre. And you're going to be very noble about it, not petty, not childish. Yeah, this could be the love offer coming in. Because see, he's working, and he's working with his hands. And he's working in a church environment. So you meet somebody if you join a church. Okay. Go to church, people. Or temple, or something. Because you're going to find a blue-collar worker who's everything you ever wanted. They're probably your true love. I would say meet your lover or your husband in church, right? But yeah, this is good. I like it. They're also not tight-fisted. They make money, and they're generous. And remember, I did see that 6 of Pentacles in reverse when things were shuffling and falling through. So they would be the opposite. They would be the 6 of Pentacles upright. This talks about, you're going to gain expertise and love. You don't have to be beaten down by this lover. You don't have to be submissive if you don't want to. And with the lovers, it talks about a fruitful union. So at first, this person was not your soulmate, not your true love. But when they come along, it turns it right side up, and it's a fruitful union. Maybe you'll have more kids, or you'll have kids in general, or you're just going to actually see a relationship that's what a relationship is supposed to be like. And remember, after this false love, you're going to have a true love. Okay? Because, man, this is like soulmate when it's upright. All right, Leo, let's see some positivity towards the end. Hope you enjoyed your singles reading. My advice is to be happy.